Hello everybody, this is the Unsung Legion, and this is Legion Looks At, a series where I take a look at a game and give it a little spotlight, because I've been having fun with it. This is the Yawhg, and unfortunately, my voice or my camera is not powerful enough to overpower this game's soundtrack, which is really good, by the way. So it's currently $8 on Steam until March 6th. So I would definitely recommend going to get this. This is kind of a choose your own adventure, I would say. And why not? We'll just pick all of them. Just to kind of see what happens. The Yawhg will be here in 6 weeks, and no one expects it. Not a one of us. We just keep on living our lives week by week, unaware. So, this is the Yawhg, week 1. You pick what you want your people to do. Charm mind. As you can see up in the right hand corner, this is the character we currently have selected is the blue lady. And those are her stats. And as we do things, we'll tend to the patients. 2 mind and earn 1 wealth. One day a patient comes to the hospital with sores that nobody's ever seen before. While walking by his bedside, he looks to you and rudely asks for a glass of water. Well, he was rude, but he looks like he's in some pain, so you bring him a small glass to quench his thirst. He takes a large sip, swigs it around, and then proceeds to spit it at you. What a dick! The water hits you right in the face. After cleaning up, you scold the obviously insane man for spitting at you. That night, when you get home, you feel dizzy and start having vivid hallucinations about ancient wizards. You gain 3 magic. You lose 3 mind. So that's kind of the game in a nutshell. Each place you go to, you will have a event, and you'll get to choose. This guy looks like he enjoys going to the tavern, and he will bartend. Spend the week serving drinks at the tavern. You earn 1 wealth and tips and gain 2 charm. One day while at the tavern, a heated argument erupts between 2 patrons. Soon enough, fists are flying and everybody seems to joining in on the violence. Break up the fight, this is my bar. Jump on top of the table and yell to plead to the patrons to stop all the violence. The patrons ignore you completely and continue attacking one another. You go to sleep that night thinking a little less of the human race. You lose 1 charm. That wasn't so good. Alright, this lady looks like she would enjoy the alchemy tower. Brew a potion. Spend the week experimenting with different potion brews. You gain 2 magic and 1 mind. One day an artificer stops by for a visit. She is adorned with magical gadgets and gizmos and followed everywhere by her clockwork spider. The alchemists of the tower all go out of their way to impress the artificer, offering her an array of potions and elixirs. As she's leaving, she adorns the most charming of the alchemists with a special trinket. The fact that she didn't choose you was a very humbling experience. You gain 1 charm. That was a pretty good one. I want this guy to be a strong fighter. Spend the week fighting brutes in the arena. You gain 2 physique and 1 finesse. One day in between matches, you stumble upon one of the higher ranked fighters ingesting illegal strength potions. Please, sir, don't report me, she cries. I'll even share some of my potion with you if you keep quiet. I understand. A little help now and there. Thank you so much for not reporting me, she says while handing you her flask. Take a small swig of her potion and feel your muscles expand significantly. You gain 2 physique. They say the last time it came, the Yawhg devoured houses whole, stole lives, tore families and family members apart. But that was so very long ago. Week 2. Well, let's go back and tend to the patients again. I think she'd be a good healer. Spend the week diagnosing and tending to the sick. You gain 2 mind and earn 1 wealth. Over the course of the week, you notice yourself growing more and more spiral-shaped sores all over your body. Oh, good. One day, the sores begin glowing a vibrant blue. You feel your magical power grow even stronger while your mind slips further and further. Gain 3 magic, lose 3 mind. In no time, the sores are glowing so bright that they hurt to look at. Someone rushes to you, asking if you're alright. Following a glance, you set him aflame. Then you let out a scream that shakes the earth and shatters the skulls of all nearby. A river of blood coats the ground as you walk about, reveling in your destruction. Oh my god. You black out. When you come to, you're at home in your bed. Your sores have faded and you feel like disease symptoms have passed. Oh good, but we've killed everyone in the hospital. Oops. Do administration work. You spend the week doing paperwork for the palace. You're paid 2 wealth and gain 1 mind. One day you overhear the jester tell a joke to a group of people. Everyone laughs, but you didn't understand the joke at all. Ask for an explanation. You approach the jester, asking him what exactly the joke meant. The jester scolds you at the length about the dangers of explaining jokes. Something about puppies and then dying when you dissect them. You don't quite understand, but everyone around you starts laughing. Presumably the jester had just made another joke at your expense. And coming to terms with the fact that your sense of humor is lacking. Being more self-aware, you manage to exude an aura of confidence. Gain 1 charm. That's good. What happens in the slums? Fight crime. Spend the week outsmarting and beating up criminals. You gain 1 mind, 1 physique, and 1 finesse. One day, while watering the slums, you notice that the stones used to line the road seem to have a certain pattern to them. You don't manage to figure out that mystery, but you still feel pretty smart for noticing the patterns of the tiles. Gain 1 mind. Not bad at all. You need a drink. Spend the entire week getting wasted. Good plan. Gain 2 charm and 1 physique. One day an impromptu drinking contest is held. Enter. Now pint after pint, drinking as if your life depended on it, which it does. After your drinking frenzy, you take a quick look around and notice you're the only one conscious. You clumsily take the cash prize and make your way home. Earn 2 wealth. It was honest in a heartbeat, or so the stories go. The earth shook. The air went still. Week 3, alright. Probably do 1 playthrough of this game, because it is fairly short. Since we killed everyone at the hospital, we'll go to the lab. Spend the week experimenting with different potion brews. You gain 2 magic and 1 mind. One day, while in the tower, one of the alchemists asks you to watch his potion while he's out. So after he leaves, the potion begins bubbling out of control. If you don't do something soon, it'll explode. Oh boy. Throw it out the window. Toss the potion out the window and watch it contents empty into the town's water supply. Oh, crap. Gain 1 mind. You take off early for the day, hoping nobody finds out. Oh, good. Go to the forest. Chop wood. Spend the week cutting down trees in the village. You gain 2 physique and earn yourself 1 wealth. One day during your forest excursions, you stumble upon a swarm of rats. At first you jump backwards in shock, but then you start to hear them conversing with one another. They call you over. "Excuse me, sir," said one of them in a high-pitched voice.
"Do you think you might be able to help us out with something? You see, we're trying to elect our new leader, but it seems our votes are completely tied. We're trying to decide between Seedpaw the Vengeful and Blighttooth the Wise," said the rat. Seedpaw steps forward. Whoop. Ignore that. "If you vote for me, the rats will have a powerful leader, one who isn't afraid to take our fight to the enemy," proclaims Seedpaw. Blighttooth steps up. "If you vote for me, good sir, we will lead these rats to an age of enlightenment," says Blighttooth.
Which rat do you choose? Seedpaw the Vengeful sounds kind of like a dick. I'm going with Blighttooth. Half of the rats roar with tiny applause. Seedpaw bows his head and walks back into the mass of rats. Blighttooth climbs up on your shoulder and whispers ancient secrets into your ear as thanks. Gain 1 mind and 1 magic. Not bad. I'm gonna fight crime again. I want to see what this goes. Spend the week outsmarting and beating up criminals. You gain 1 mind, 1 physique, and 1 finesse. Over the course of the week, you notice more and more sick people in the slums. You attribute this to the newly destroyed hospital. Whoops. Help the sick. In collaboration with others, you help set up a small medical clinic in the slums. Your reputation for helping these people increased dramatically. You gain 3 charm. This guy. Go back to the arena. We will compete in another fight. Spend the week fighting brutes in the arena. 2 physique and 1 finesse. One night on your way home, you spot a rusty dagger on the ground. Pick it up. You hear a voice from behind you whisper, "You are not worthy." The dagger begins to dissolve into black smoke. Within seconds, the blade is gone. And then the world was a howling fury, chaos, screaming. The sound of all we knew being pulled in half. Week 4. Okay, well, Alchemy Tower. Clean the lab. Spend the week cleaning up noxious chemicals. You paid 1 wealth for your labor and gained 1 physique and 1 magic. One day, a swarm of rats infest the building. They are biting everything in their way. Everyone else in the building flees immediately. What do? Blast them with magic. You wave your hands and produce volleys of fire to incinerate the rodents. Shooting all down those rats really improves your aim. Gain 2 finesse. Yeah, I knew that would come in handy. Do administration work again. Spend the week doing paperwork for the palace. You pay 2 wealth and gain 1 mind. One day the court jester approaches you. Would you like to learn to juggle? He asks excitedly. I'll teach you everything you know for a small sum. Yeah, sure. Spend the day with the jester practicing your juggling technique. You improve dramatically. Gain 2 finesse. Gain another 2 finesse. Happily pay the jester for his services. You lose 1 wealth. What happens in the gardens? Let's meditate. Spend the week in deep meditation. Gain 1 magic and 2 mind. One day a beggar comes up to you asking for any spare change. I don't have him. He walks away clutching at his stomach. Next night you notice him and he looks very weak. You feel terrible. You lose 1 mind. I didn't have any money for him. Go to the slums. You fight crime. Spend the week outsmarting and beating up criminals. You gain 1 mind, 1 physique, and 1 finesse. One day a small child approaches you with his hands cupped and outstretched towards you. He doesn't say anything, but he just looks up at you with wide eyes, waiting expectantly. Give him some coin. You toss him a sack of coins. You lose 1 wealth. He thanks you and walks away. The next night you recognize him on the street. You spot him eating what looks like a fresh loaf of bread. He sees you and smiles. You feel good about yourself. 1 physique. 1 finesse. 1 mind. 1 charm. 1 magic. When it arrives this time, how will we fare? Will we once more rebuild? Move on? Be strong? Or have we forgotten? Week 5. Palace. Attend the ball. Spend the week attending fancy gatherings. You gain 2 charm and 1 finesse. One day you decide to lean up against a wall just to take a break. It rotates as you aptly apply pressure and you stumble down a set of stairs. You went to a large dusty room filled with barrels. You found the king's famous wine cellar. I think the repercussions of letting loose the king's secret booze storage would be unwise, so we'll just keep quiet. Just knowing you have a secret to hide is so exciting. You gain 1 charm and 1 mind. Tavern. Bartend. Spend the week serving drinks at the tavern. You earn 1 wealth and tips and gain 2 charm. One day the tavern throws its annual dart tournament. Enter! Sign up for the dart tournament ready to prove your dart-throwing prowess. You play a respectable game of darts and end up coming in 2nd place. 2 wealth and gain a confident boost of 1 charm. Not bad. Let's see. You can help landscape. You spend the week maintaining the plants in the royal garden. Gain 1 finesse, 1 physique, and earn yourself 1 wealth. One day a toothless old woman approaches you. I have a small pouch of magic beans. Would you be interested in purchasing them? Sure, why not? There's 1 wealth on the beans. Later you decide to plant them in a small, rarely visited part of the garden. Aha. Compete in a fight. Spend the week fighting brutes in the arena. You gain 2 physique and 1 finesse. While wandering around the halls, you spot your former lover, Kelly. An awkward exchange happens in which you want to know how they're doing without seeming to care too much. After a few minutes, John, one of the most popular fighters in the arena, butts into the conversation. Hey Kelly, sorry to interrupt, but we've got to leave right away if we want to make it to your mother's in time. I am tripping over my words, I'm sorry. You say an awkward goodbye as they walk off, holding hands. How do you feel? You know what, good for her. I moved on. It's good that both of you have moved on. This encounter, despite its awkwardness, was refreshing. Gain 1 charm. The Yawhg. It's almost here. Almost. Almost. What has she got? She got 14 magic. We'll brew another potion. You spend the week experimenting with different potion brews. Gain 2 magic and 1 mind. One day you hear cries for help coming from the next room. Running over to investigate, you see that an alchemist there have accidentally created an ooze monster. How do you dispatch the ooze? Blast the ooze with magic. Pulverize the ooze into a puddle with an array of magical spells. The alchemists all cheer. Gain 1 charm. I saved the day. I saved the day. Bartend. Spend the week serving drinks at the tavern. You earn 1 wealth in tips and gain 2 charm. One day, a fortune teller sets up at one of the tavern's tables. She offers to read anybody's fortune for a small sum. Yeah. Spend 1 wealth. The fortune teller takes your hand and begins to showering you with promises of love and wealth. She doesn't really go into any detail, and the whole time you can't help but feel that this is all an act. Underwhelmed and slightly poorer, you can't help but feel that you've wasted your money. That night, while walking home, the fortune teller runs up to you and gives you a kiss on the cheek. There's the love part, she says with a toothless smile. Then she hands you a giant sack of gold. There's the wealth, she says. 2 wealth. Still think I'm a hack? Nah. He's pretty good. Let's see. I'm going to go to the gardens, and I'm going to landscape. Spend the week maintaining the plants in the royal garden. You gain 1 finesse, 1 physique, and earn yourself 1 wealth. One day while in the gardens, you notice a beanstalk. Water it. If plants could express emotions, it'd let you know how delighted it was to be watered. I feel good about that. Back to fighting. To physique 1 finesse. One day while wandering the halls, one of the arena's fighters approaches you. Excuse me, sir, I need a sparring partner, he says. Are you down for a fight or two? Accept his challenge. Let's do this, he screams. Takes a swing at your head. You punch his fist as it comes towards you. You can hear the bones in the fighter's hand crack. He runs away whimpering. That was pretty cool. You gain 1 charm. The storm arrives in the night. By morning it still rages. For 3 full days the tempest puts us through a grinder, drowns us, crushes us, ruins us. But then it ends. We see the graveyard our home has become. Our home. Does anything yet live? Are we past saving? Oh boy. So, okay, now you decide what your roles are. So I'm guessing this is based on your stats. So Conjurer, she has a buttload of magic. So Conjurer, take it upon yourself to help conjure up supplies for the town. With your magic, you summon supplies out of the highest caliber. With Little Elfert, you're summoning high quality lumber and food from out of nowhere. This helps the rebuilding effort significantly. He's got a lot of so I think do that. Smelter. Well, to smelt your now useless coins into building materials. Your former riches provide a wealth of metal for survivors to build with. This helps the survival effort immensely. You lose a lot of money in the process, though. Lose 3 wealth. Lose another 3 wealth. And she's got mind and charm. I think a tailor would need finesse. A builder would need strength. Doctor, why not? Take it upon yourself to help the sick and injured from the Yawhg. Be able to keep most patients in stable condition. We're even able to get some back up to work in no time. This helps the survival effort quite a bit. And you, I know, are going to be a builder because you have a buttload of physique. You take it upon yourself to help rebuild the town by hand. You rebuild homes at breakneck speed, impressing the rest of the survivors. This helps the rebuilding effort significantly. And so, we set about our tasks once more, living our lives. This time in a way we might never expected, or even wanted. But in the end, we flourished. Towers, once wrecked and ravaged, rose toward the sky. Trees again took root, then blossomed. We all blossomed. And through it took a long while. And though it took a long while, and though it took a lot from us, our future is bright. Should the Yawhg ever return, we will be ready. I feel good about that ending. It's good. I'm guessing there are multiple endings. Like if you just, like you took the magic woman and you made her the town drunk. With the town rebuilt, you decide to celebrate. You organize a huge festival in honor of the bravery that helps save so many lives. The first one is so successful you decide to make it an annual tradition. Every year the festival gets bigger and more elaborate, and every year it costs more and more money to put on. You have to start charging admission, and no one is happy about it. The annual festival slowly fades out of irrelevance, and before long is cancelled completely. You don't really know what to do with your life after all of that. Your life after the Yawhg is uneventful. You work, you get married, you adopt a child, you take care of that child, you get old, you retire, you go on vacation for a few years, you get too old to be independent, so your child takes care of you, you die. Oh, this is mildly depressing. The Yawhg changed you, probably for the better. With the town rebuilt, you decide to retake your role as a doctor in the hospital. There you make friends with another doctor. The two of you do everything together. You're inseparable. Eventually you even decide to get an apartment and live with each other. Then your friend gets married and everything changes. Their spouse has to move away to a new town, and your friend follows. Try to keep in touch by mail, but the letters start to come less and less frequently. Try to fraternize with other doctors. While they're all nice people, nothing can compare. That's kind of what happens to people in general, doesn't it? Like, you make friends, they get married, or they have to go to college, and then it just separates. It's sad, but it's true. With the town rebuilt, you decide to become a full-time arena warrior. You slowly rise the rank, knocking out scores of fighters, even ones as great as Jean the Beautiful. For long, you become the arena champion. Travel across the world fighting the very best of the best. Tales are sung far and wide of your mighty feats of strength. That is the Yawhg, guys. It is a charming little choose your own adventure game, and I love it just for it being it. It's so different, and I will play this over and over again. But I've been the Unsung Legion. If you liked the video, go ahead and throw a like or favorite on it, and if you want to help the channel grow, go ahead and leave a comment or subscribe even. I really appreciate either of those. But I've been the Unsung Legion, and I will see you guys next time. Later.